It's Janine from Purple Room Yoga. I'm wearing my Yes Weekend shirt because it's yes, the weekend. And I just wanted to share a little post-walk stretch. If you're a walker or a runner, it's really nice to do a cool down after your workout so that you can return your body back to comfortable and undo any of the tightness that may have developed over your walk or your run. So I just finished my treadmill walk, and so I'm going to share with you some stretches to do that are good to undo all of the tightness. So I like to start with my feet just a little wider than hip distance and just do a nice forward fold just to open up the lower back. Now, if you want to keep the knees bent, if that gives a little more support, feel free to do that. And just let the torso drop down. If it's comfortable, you can get the hamstring stretches as well, but I think of this more for the lower back. So allowing the rib cage just to drop away from the lower back. And if you want to sway a little bit side to side, just opening up through the waist, through the legs. Let the head be heavy. If you have any lower back issues and you want to support with your elbows against your knees or against your thighs, feel free to do that. You can just kind of shift a little bit side to side. And then bending the knees, bring the hands to the floor. You can walk the feet a little closer together. Come up onto your toes and just give a little stretch through the feet. And you can kind of rock forward and back, reaching the heels toward the floor to stretch the calves, and then come up just to open up through the soles of the feet. The feet are used so much and we require so much of them for walking and running. So it's really nice to give them a little bit of love. And then replace the feet on the floor. And if you want to kind of roll over the toes and stretch the feet, if you're in shoes, this is a little bit harder to do. And if you want to just come up and do it that way, that's another option, just to stretch the ankles. Coming all the way down, pointing the toes. Another way to stretch the ankles and the shins is to kind of lean back. You may already feel a stretch or lift the knees up off the floor. And this is great, especially for runners, because the shins get really tight. And if the shins get too tight, then you can cause shin splints. And if the shin splints get bad, you can cause stress fractures. And we don't want that. So give a nice little stretch for the shins. Give them a little love. And then stepping your right foot forward, just coming into a lunge, sinking through the hips. And if you like, you can bring your hands to your thigh and just open up through the left hip flexors. Right foot is forward, left hip flexors are stretching. Staying there for a few breaths, thinking of this hip sinking forward and down. So ideally, when you're walking or running, you're not pulling from the front leg, but you're pushing from the back leg. So you're using the glutes more, but sometimes the hip flexors get a little tight too. So it's nice to open them up. And if you like, you can take a little side stretch, bringing the right hand to the floor or block next to you. Just reach the left arm up and over, let the head go. If you want to open the chest, reach the left arm back, maybe do some shoulder circles. Ideally, again, when you're walking, the shoulders are over the hips, but sometimes if the shoulders get forward or we're rounding the spine, the upper back can get kind of tight. Coming back to center, straightening the right leg, taking the hamstring stretch, and you can stay with a flat back. That usually gives you plenty of stretch. If you want to relax over the leg, you can do that as well. Feeling the heel and the sit bone reaching away from each other. Try to relax into the stretch, taking deep, slow breaths, just to open up through the back of the leg. Take another inhale. Exhale, and we'll switch sides. Stepping the left foot forward to a lunge, sinking the hips, and again, just getting that hip flexor stretch in the front. You can keep your hands on the floor or bring your hands to your left knee, pressing the chest away from the thigh. Sinking the hips toward the floor. Little activity with the right inner thigh can draw that right hip forward. You really get into the psoas, the TFL. Again, left hand to the floor, block, right arm up and over, little side stretch, opening up through the right lower back, through the shoulder, let the head go. And if you like, sweep that right arm back, opening in the chest, maybe making some shoulder circles. Just doing what feels good. Opening up through the hip flexors and the chest. And then bringing both hands down. Straightening the left leg, flexing the foot, again staying with your flat back. Or if you like, gently melt forward. Breathing into the hamstring stretch. Allowing the body to settle in. Feel the opening through the backs of the legs, being gentle. Maybe just working to straighten the leg if the leg doesn't straighten fully. Breathing in. And breathing out. Bringing the left knee next to the right knee. Just sit back into child's pose. Just take a moment to drop. Letting the spine lengthen. Letting the shoulders relax. And then coming on up to sit. We're going to take a little quad stretch. So you're going to lie down on your right side. Pick a side, any side. Grab your left foot. Lie down on a side. Grab the top foot. Draw the heel toward the buttock. You can let your head drop. Feel the tailbone reaching toward the knee. If you feel like you're going to fall, feel free to bend that bottom knee. Just give a little extra stability. Make sure the top knee doesn't go too high. It's only hip height. And you're drawing the heel toward the buttock, just opening up through the front of the thigh. And then switching to the other side. Coming down on the other side, bending that top knee. Give a little quad stretch. Again, bottom leg can be straight or bent. That's really less important. Breathing into that quad stretch is what matters. And then usually you're standing up when you're walking or running. So if you want to do that stretch standing, holding on to something or not, that's also a possibility. Coming into the last stretch, crossing the ankle over the knee. Again, you can hold on to something, bend the knee. Reaching the hips back, right? Finding that flat back and breathing into that right hip is what matters. If you want to challenge your balance, you can let go and just breathe here. Maybe the hands are on the shin, maybe the elbows. Maybe you're holding on to something. Maybe you're holding on to the floor. Maybe you're holding on to your treadmill. Just do what feels right for you. Breathing into that hip stretch. Using the exhale to relax. One more inhale. Exhale and switch to the other side. Again, you can hold on. Sinking the hips back and down. You cannot hold on and challenge your balance. That's up to you. Breathing into the hip stretch. Feel the flat back. So the chest is reaching forward and the sit bones are reaching back. So you really feel the stretch in that bent knee or the top leg hip. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Coming back up, one final stretch. I know that was the last stretch. Just interlace the fingers behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Open the chest. Stay here or bend forward over the legs. Knees can be bent. Knees can be straight. Arms release behind you. And just turn the head from side to side. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw. And then bend the knees deeply. Interlace the fingers with the other fingers on top. And lift the hips as high as you wish them to go. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more time. Turn the head side to side. Just release the neck and the jaw. One more inhale. Exhale. Release the hands to the hips. Bend the knees. Press through the feet and come on up to stand. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great workout today, and I hope that little stretch helped top it off. Have a great day.